national news. Now, I do remember a little bit more fucking thanks to some good people. Tasia Bellwood died December 31st, 2007. I remember why I was freaking out and shit because something really did happen on Christmas Eve when I was 18 and a judge got set up. But that ain't why I'm making this post. But that is why I said Jen Grant never killed Tasia Bellwood. Probably why Jen Grant never killed my grandma either. And said that she would not give anybody in my family immunity to do such a thing. Second of all, the Jennifer Warren thing, that was about fucking Nick Brajek and Norm Miller working with Jenny L. Clark to set up Judge Taylor, Rock Pizzo, and probably Ted Grove for arrest for John Berg, you know, and then the main point wasn't to victimize Judge Taylor over the murder of Jennifer Warren. The point was Clark could be, only cops should have the contracts and only lawyers should sign them. So it was actually so she could be a lawyer for Judge Taylor, and in that way our contracts, because Nick Brajek doesn't want us to have a lawyer. He only wants us to have public defenders. It makes him feel safer. Because obviously in 2015, when he admitted that it was him and Norm Miller who made Judge Taylor cry through a TV, and it was not me, and they were using defense to coercion. And if he wants to remember every fucking law I had written on that piece of paper, I got it in my suitcase right there, and we could read it off in court all over again. But it is on my court records because he only wanted to read the defense to coercion, then admit that it was him and Norm Miller that made Judge Taylor cry. Now, like I said, the idea was for Jenny L. Clark, but they can't use defense to coercion. The only reason I could use defense to coercion is because Nick Brajek admitted it was him and Norm Miller. And then I got coerced by protecting Judge Taylor by saying she was a victim. So I was coerced not only into witnessing such a crime, but into protecting a judge that I never should have had to take the responsibility to protect. But now what Norm Miller and Nick Brajek want is Jenny L. Clark to be Judge Taylor's victim lawyer. And Jenny L. Clark wants that too. I know because Jenny L. Clark fucking told me inside of her office. I went there twice, once with Andrew Ogle and once with John Butchko, which she took my $350 payment. Now, during that, I got the goblet, which Ted Grove had me send out a certain lawyer for me to get that. That lawyer threatened Jenny L. Clark with arrest. If she even tries to lie about Tasia Bellwood, she lies about Jennifer Warren. She lies about Ralph Painter. She lies about my mom's $50,000 and why she thought she could actually defend my mom and then be a good person and keep herself out of jail, because now all of those people, it is not defense to coercion. They were murdered over that $50,000. So I never should have had to witness anything, and I have to use that law against all of you for racketeering off that, and I have to use my racketeering contract, and that's why I didn't have Haley Pancratz at the time. I got her later on for you guys racketeering off the $25,000 inheritance thing from Katie and Haley that they got, if Haley got one, but I know Katie did, and Matt used his by then. So you guys couldn't racket off Matt's anymore. So you needed hers and them, and then you guys could try and play disability scandal. Basically, what they wanted to do was take Katie's $25,000 and Haley's, and they thought Haley could get 25 G's, make them like, do an investigation with CCMH, and CCMH was used to get Katie and Haley back pay. Back pay makes their money. If they could get another 25 grand, which is not hard to get back, and especially doing only a year-long investigation, and all you have to go in court is say, hey, I worked with the cops and they used me as a medical assessor, and I think this person is schizophrenic or, has some kind of mental disease. Can we get back pay? That adds the extra 25 grand for each of them, gives them each $50,000, means they could get sold to Tiffany and O'Shea. And any defense that Nick Brajek and Norm Miller, or could go against Brajek or Norm Miller, Tiffany and O'Shea will control and all of that. And then Norm Miller and Nick Brajek essentially stay in control of all the contracts and can never get sued. So essentially, I don't know why Norm Miller or Nick Brajek even need immunity if they have a setup with Jenny L. Clark and Tiffany and O'Shea that's so fucking shot on goddamn perfect.